Welcome on everybody and welcome back to the commentary playthrough of Disciples Liberations. And yeah, in the last one we did some stuff for a Banshee and got her voice back, as well as getting up another one of them tiers. And we make our way towards the corpsal throne, and yes, I remember that person. But yeah, we can't get into there, we're done there. So yep, it's time, I think, that actually Sister's ruined tomb we can't get to. Yeah, we go to the corpse throne. I think there's anything else to explore here. So, let's talk to Ajmar. As you hesitantly approach the monstrosity large pile of bones and flesh, a crazed necromancer halts you.
What is this?
Your eyes scan up to what looks like a massive throne, entirely made of rotting, stinking flesh. Bone protrudes in strange patterns. The entire structure breathes.
Mortis's power wanes. If the goddess of death is dying, and it is our guess that she is, we must act.
You intend to use this to save Mortis somehow?
No! We intend to end her reign once and for all. An opportunity like this comes once an epoch at best. If you've come to volunteer yourself to the throne, proceed.
My guess is those bodies weren't volunteers?
Wow. The necromancer's eyes turn black as smoke. His voice grumbles like crackling fire.
Their will hardly matters now. Nor does yours, little man.
I come seeking an alliance.
We ride from Ilion to negotiate an alliance between our land and yours.
The goddess of death is not here to negotiate. And well, I don't want truce. I want your death.
These are survive 3 rounds. Okay, easy. Easy McPeasy. Especially with nature's resilience on. So we're gonna bring them to us.
For Mortis. You stink of the living. Can you hear her calling to us?
Do you like that warlock? Right, let us shimmy over to... What have we got?
You're mine.
Up here.
We will prevail.
Let us savor this moment.
Just drop a heal here.
Flesh is too soft.
And because they're front lines, just do that. Can I?
Die.
Quite like that move, actually.
Walk in his light.
These are not your lands.
Let's take that guy out. And shadow bolt on him. So if I had that their ability chained to them, which is probably what I'm looking next for.
Your beating heart. I must have it.
Let's come up here.
Die. Help!
I will lick your wounds.
Give a heal here.
The twin moons, red and blue.
Trying my best not to lose this guy.
I go to victory.
This suffering must end. You will be purged.
Rust mace.
Die and be awoken.
Okay, cool.
For Mortis.
There we go. Ugh. The necromancer spits blood and shattered tooth onto the ground and laughs as he catches his breath.
Yield, or I will cut off your head.
Enough! Well done, young fiend. Well done.
What?
You are spectacular, otherworldly. It's been a century since I last met a fighter with your, vigor. You said you seek alliance. Consider it yours, if you help reap the flesh we need for this throne.
I nearly killed you. You're either very forgiving or very crazy.
I'm very both, as are you. Which is why an alliance is all the more valuable. But it cannot be struck without flesh sacrifice!
Before you respond, Orion takes you aside.
I can't be the only one who's feeling nervous about this.
The Second Woken are trustworthy.
The living have done nothing but double-cross us. They kill, lie, cheat, and steal. The undead are as trustworthy as anyone else, Ori.
Cheating and stealing are my two favorite pastimes, but your point is taken.
Now then, deal?
I'm not killing anyone for you.
I won't kill anyone just because you say so, Necromancer.
Oh, please, call me Edgemar.
Edgemar.
Enemy of the Veil, the Elves, Mortis, enemy of a great number of things.
I'm Aviana, known around these parts as the Huntress of Tomes.
Truth be told, if you can find willing participants for our ritual, there need be no fighting at all. But I wouldn't recommend it. Everyone should have the pleasure of dying when they least expect it.
Leave the details to me, Edgemar. I'll help build this throne, and in return...
The liberated hordes of Greyleaf do anything you ask.
What is this throne?
You're building a temple of rotting flesh. What I don't understand is why, or how.
Instructing my minions to harvest flesh resulted in them tearing each other to shreds. How children fight for the love of a parent. Their bodies made fine contributions just the same. My incantation to free us from Mortis's control requires only blood sacrifice now. Lots of it.
Where is Mortis?
You mentioned you're trying to free yourself from Mortis. What happened to her?
Better minds have been driven mad, questioning the fickle will of God's young fiend. Know only that Mortis's will is to unite the world in death, but that will wanes.
Where do I find flesh?
You don't strike me as picky, but let's assume you were. Where do I find the best sacrifices?
My taste in flesh is hardly discerning, it's true. From the tomb of Tuchulkan to the eastern wastes, I want any, and I want many!
Who are you?
I like to know who I'm working with, Edgemar.
Well, there was a time, over a century ago, when I was an archmage to Demosthenes II. I was among the first to serve the Veil. I killed a man who stood in the way of my rise to power. The Veil posthumously named him a saint, and damned me to cleansing. I chose a different path.
Necromancy.
And why not? The only thing worse than a naked obsession with power is a hidden obsession with power.
Okay. I have good news.
I just needed to hear you say it. I've already harvested the flesh we need for the throne.
A crazed smile spreads across Edgemar's face.
For someone worried about being attacked by a crazed necromancer in a haunted forest, you certainly don't mind having blood on your hands.
You catch a nervous glance from Orion before Edgemar continues.
Well then, young fiend, present this, the final offering on the throne of Korsal. Let us usher in a new era for the Second-Born together.
Edgemar begins hollering some unknown chant. A dark smoke spills up from his lips as he speaks. The incantation has begun. Press complete. Word of unholy power. Got a Tower of Darkness. And a dark mansion. 5 leadership. Got a lot of stuff here.
I'm not one to make demands, but this seems like a good time to back away.
Agreed.
I thought you'd never ask.
You back away from the structure. From deep within, a wet, pained scream erupts. Was that Mortis? No sooner do you think the question than lightning crashes down onto the structure, blowing you and Orion back. Even Edgemar collapses from its weight.
Avi, look.
Edgemar scrambles close as you look up to see a dark figure descending from the clouds above.
The lost one. Champion of the Council of Six.
Petulant Edgemar, how dare you invade my domain?
Your domain?
I can explain?
And how have you come to keep the company of the Child of Iron and Sky?
Edgemar glances at you with a look somewhere between nervous and thrilled.
We're friends.
Someone please tell me what's actually happening here.
As I knew and loved your parents, I will allow it. Speak your questions.
What is this throne?
Explain what this throne actually is.
The Throne of Korsal is a binding ritual from the epoch of Hoyland Toth. When performed, it is powerful enough to imprison a god itself. That must not happen.
Why'd you stand in the way of your people's freedom?
Edgemar says Mortis's power wanes, and that with this throne, we can free them. They deserve liberation, not servitude.
As their unholy mother deserves subservience for granting them a second chance at life. Do not judge what you cannot comprehend.
Who are you?
Edgemar gave me the impression these were his lands, so I assume you're an invader.
The force of the lost are mine. I am the eternal champion of the Council of the Six. We are the ancient heirs to Mortis's will. Through us, her power multiplies across the lands. Edgemar is a pest.
Where is Mortis?
Mortis's power wanes. Edgemar said so himself, and frankly, something isn't right in Greyleaf. The hordes are scattered, disorganized, isolated.
These lands are mine to reign over. You dare question me?
I've heard enough.
Enough of this. We rode here seeking some sort of bond between our people and yours. Instead,
you aided this insolent cur. However, you have wrought death on the invaders of Greyleaf while I was blinded by Edgemar's illusions. For that, you have the gratitude of the Council. I will render your death painlessly and with mercy.
Hands to irons. We do not die today.
That's it, Bagfowl. We fight.
death is going to have to wait.
You leap onto your horses, riding hard towards the hovering monstrosity, hearing the splattering of hoof on rotted flesh as you go. Then the splattering quiets. You look down to see you are being lifted into the air by some unknown magic. One by one, your party drops to the ground, dead. Then you feel yourself plummet. You reach Orion, who still hovers above you. The last thing you see is him desperately reaching for your hand. Then nothing. You wake in the realm between realms. You remember your mother telling you of such places, where the body cannot go and the spirit cannot escape.
Hello? Anyone?
I remember this place. Through the twisting darkness, Edgemar emerges.
You're here. Where's Orion?
Dead, most likely. But then, so are we.
What happened?
We were fighting. The Lost One descended. I can't remember what happened next.
Because it happened after we died. Instead of giving us a second waking, the Council must have trapped our souls here as punishment.
Where are we?
What is this place?
The Hall of Souls. A prison for any who stand against Mortis. Or, to be more specific, this is one of many stones used to build the Great Hall. Each stone in the Hall of Souls is its own prison world. A hollow form filled with suffering souls.
How long are we imprisoned here?
There must be some way to earn our freedom.
None who are imprisoned in the stones of the Hall of Souls ever leave. The torture is eternal. I'd say it's best we make ourselves comfortable and learn to enjoy the existential anguish.
We're getting out of here.
So long as I have the will to fight, I'm fighting. Are you coming?
We'll have the rest of eternity to sulk. It can wait.
Good. Let's find Orion.
We've got a companion. Ajmar has followed his lust for power, looking first to his high father who was left wanting. So his twisted mind turned towards the unbound strength of Mortis. The terrible magic she gifted him took his sanity as payment, but even now his lust for power remains unsated. So new companion. I don't actually get on with him as a companion.
You're exquisitely fresh now, aren't you? I can still smell the sweet scent of life upon your souls.
One does not face retribution from the Lost One without becoming very dead in the process.
Unlike a necromancer, a scent does not lie. Your soul is here, yes, but the body holds fast. I'm sure of it.
Help us leave.
You say you can still smell that our bodies live. If that's the case, we have to find a way out of here. Help us.
My freedom is a hope I've long since lost. But yours? Yes. So long as your bodies cling to life, we may reunite them with your souls. But time is of the essence.
Thank you. Truly.
So we've got a new unit of the Wolf. And we've got an encounter here. Wolf, Ajmar, and us. Defeat all enemies. Can't quite reach there, can we? Bone Storm. He's quite good to use, but so like these abilities.
I'm going.
Oh, my mana is like empty.
This should be fun.
I can't go into this. It's the problem I've got.
Stand down. Ha.
His abilities actually can reincarnate. Yeah, raise dead, as you saw there. Should yeah. He does physical damage, inflicts bleeding. I'm sure if they go in there and do stuff, you go into the area that's on the ground, then it's infected, and there's passive there. Yeah, gives them raise to dead. So that's where we need to go. Let's start by going this way. So if we go across here, the fur.
You're mine.
Coming around the back here.
You're done.
Do that. And then we do that. Should raise the dead, hopefully. Oh, they're not dead, are they? Oh, he is nearly dead. He is struggling.
Stand down. Regret later. Act now. Moving.
Move up. It's not looking great for me.
Here. The old ways must die.
Is that like damage from the back? But I think we get someone else this way. I think there's a heal somewhere, but
Look at this sorry lot here. Who's all this now?
I'm Aviana, a Villian.
Oi, EJ. She reckons I'm talking to her?
Irenia, you are looking foul.
Of course, you two know each other.
We did bunches more than known each other, love. EJ here's the reason I was second woke as a vampire, and the reason I'm rotting in this tomb.
Right. Well, we'll leave you to your rotting then.
I have some questions first.
Ejimar, relax. Irenia and I have so much to discuss.
Scoot, EJ. The ladies are talking.
What is this place?
You look like you've been here a while. You must know something about this place.
May have died a young vampire, but I can still read thoughts. You're squared on escaping. The Hall of Souls will try to stop you. But don't let her. So long as your bodies are free of curse and rot, you can escape. How? I never did know.
How did you get here?
I'm curious about why you're here.
I was set up. When the grimoire Tucholkin was desecrated, fingers got pointed, and I was sent here to pay. Fools. Everyone knows I can't read.
How do you know Ejimar?
I haven't known EJ long, but you two are an unlikely match.
He's not as bright as he thinks, love. But then, who is? I was one of his first. He didn't raise me, but for the practice of it. I still say he was ashamed of me, and framed me for the desecration of Tucholkin.
You certainly have a way with words, Irenia, but there are more pressing matters at hand.
Not from my point of view, love.
Come with us.
Irenia, I like you, and frankly, you're not exactly busy. Join us. We're gonna find a way out of here.
Oh, Gallivant? Gladly. If only just to see EJ's mug when you realize you're trapped here forever.
And we got a new unit. Our resources are full. Undead minions. Let's just grab him to the back. It just needs to get some healing. I'm just gonna not use him to start. It's
You're mine. Moving.
We are the second woken. I thirst for your blood.
Is there a rend here?
Do not fear death. You stink of the living. For my dread queen, die and be awoken.
I'm going. You're mine.
Blood mine.
Just a little bite.
So that's the leech.
You will serve me.
He comes up here and that's a nice bit of bleeding there. Should have moved him there to hit all three, to hit both. But
Can you hear her calling to us?
I'll piss off.
You stink of the living.
It's fine.
For my dread queen.
You're mine.
Let's paint this place red. I thirst for your blood.
I think it's his ability, if he kills someone, then he gets another turn.
Bones are for crushing. Death is
Mortis, use my body. Where I go, darkness follows. Do not fear death. The life stream drains from you.
That, it's just horrific.
Moving.
I'm here. What's first?
You're done.
I smell you from here.
I smell you.
Blood mine.
Death grip. And my mouse is playing up again.
Die and be awoken. For Mortis.
heal him up.
You stink of the living.
Don't care about him dying, to be honest.
I'm going. Here it goes. Alien forever.
Right. He's just got like no health. I can't heal him. I've got no healer at the moment. Thought she was a healer. But maybe you're the healer. Bucket the leech. You hesitantly approach the leech, though this one is fair, a bit calmer than the one who imprisoned you here.
You there. Do you have a name?
It nods slowly, every vertebrae creaking like old wood.
Good, good. What is it?
The leech points its staff at a bucket in the corner.
Bucket? Bucket the Lich. Well, you're not as scary as your brethren, are you?
Bucket opts not to respond, as is his way. Let's find a way out of here.
Bucket. We're going to find a way out of here.
Bucket the leech. Cool, let's go. Only got 2 to fight here. The fur as per normal.
Death, rebirth.
Let's come around the back.
Die.
I thirst. Let me drink.
We're going to a rend here.
I will not hurt you. No death.
Just done it to myself.
Let's paint this place red. Let me show you my teeth.
Oh, I will enjoy this. Bones are for crushing.
Stand down.
Right. Can we kill him? Not quite.
Let us die. No death, no agony.
Still not dead. He's now dead, and he's dead, and game over. Lovely. Just heal up here. Portal's now open. Let's get out of here. As you approach the threshold of your cell in the Hall of Souls, you hear a faint voice.
Please, Avi, wake up. I'll do anything. Just breathe.
Ejmar's eyes light up.
It's Orion. He's trapped somewhere.
No, young fiend, the other way round. Orion is with our bodies. We can hear him here because we can hear him. If I can channel the power of the throne of Korsal, we can reverse the enchantment and use it to bind our souls to our bodies.
A way out!
A way out. But the Hall of Souls will fight us. She doesn't take kindly to escapees. Are you ready?
Let's
If it
try.
means we get out of here, I'll fight until my last breath. Perform the ritual.
Here's the battle. Survive for 3 rounds. Oh yes, they surround you, don't they? Right. Let us...
You're done.
Let's just do that.
I smell you from here.
I smell you.
Just a little bite.
Let's rend here. Evaded. Of course you did.
Suffer with me.
It's cloud kill. And
I feed on your agony.
quite like this unit. Brainstorm there. Evaded, of course. Silence is fine because already used it. Already silenced, my friend.
Moving.
Mobilize that. That means that's
The Liberator reigns.
dead, but it's dead anyway. They need to survive, so
I thirst.
just move here and here.
Let's be friends.
Should be able to hit here.
No death. Agony.
Haunt all you like. Last round.
I smell you from here. Blood mine.
Evaded. Of course you evaded.
Move out. Die.
Death is close.
Don't care about getting poisoned here. Just got to survive this round.
I see you. I feed on your agony.
Let them come in, do their thing. Alright. You've done it. Ejmar rips a hole through the fabric of reality itself. Your souls are free. The sheer force is almost too much to bear, but you manage to turn behind you to say goodbye. Volpum, Wolf, Iriana and Bucket look on with a mix of joy and longing across their ghastly faces. As ever, you can't tell if they are proud or want you dead. As you raise your hands to wave, the portal tears your soul into an infinite spectrum of colours. For a moment, you completely cease to exist. You emerge gasping for air. Orion is holding you in his arms.
Where am I?
Avi? I thought you were...
Then Ejmar gasps awake. You look about you. Orion had dragged everyone in your party to safety. He must have survived.
I did it! The portal worked!
What? Anyway, I must have been knocked unconscious. When I woke up, everyone was dead. I got us to a safe distance, and since then, I've been waiting. I didn't know what I'd do next. I just held you, washed the blood from your face, and prayed you'd wake.
I heard it. The prayer, I mean, I know it sounds insane, but I heard it. How long were we gone?
A long time, Avi. The Lost One left us for dead almost 10 days ago. What happened to you?
What matters is we're safe.
All that matters is that we made it out alive, and we owe it to you. Now, it's time Ejmar explains himself.
Ejmar looks at you, impressed by your strength.
Of course, young fiend. I pledged my friendship, and I always keep my word.
What was your true intention?
This throne was some kind of binding ritual. What was the plan?
The Council of Six are archaic, decrepit beasts. There are second Woken who want liberation from their tyranny and from Mortis herself, and why not? Look at what's become of Greyleaf. This was once the center of necromancy in the world, bursting with power. Now it is a shell.
Even if you worship Mortis, attempting to kill a goddess is nothing but hubris. The result would only be wrath.
You cannot kill a god. The throne would become her, a physical body to bind her to so she might inhabit it forever. You see, I'm simply a misunderstood man of faith.
Who is the Lost One?
Who or what was that monster that descended from the sky?
It is the champion of the Council of the Six. It once inspired pride among the Hordes. Now it's only wrath. It will not forget what we did here.
You're with us now, Ejmar.
This wasn't the plan, but we could use a powerful necromancer. Just know that if you build a throne of meat in Ilion, you'll be on my bad side.
I've quickly discovered that's a fate worse than death. I only ask that we return to the Hall of Souls when ready. The portal I opened there, I believe I know the reason I was able.
Do you think you'd be able to do it again?
Not alone, but with my wife, who was imprisoned there by the Lost One many years ago.
Ejmar either ignores or does not hear your question, preferring to walk away next to Orion in uncomfortable silence until Orion breaks it.
So, necromancy?
Don't worry, you're not my type.
Awaker of the Dead. Nothing else, you think? This should prove interesting. Got a level up. And there we go. So that's technically Greyleaf done. We need to find his wife and do some stuff. Yeah. Gonna leave this one here. We'll check all the goodies and skills and stuff in the next one. We're at 50 minutes. But I just wanted to get through that piece. Because, you know, I didn't want to break it up. That was just a different sort of piece of gameplay to what we've had before. So thank you much, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It really does help me out. And yeah, there'll be some more Disciples Liberations coming your way shortly. I think I've got one more in me before I need to do some errands. So I'm going to record another one. And that will be with you in the next one.